Hello everyone, welcome back. In the previous video, we explored the console of Google Cloud Platform and navigated through different services offered in GCP. In that video, we touched an important topic called API. Continuing from the previous video, in this we will explore what an API in Google Cloud Platform is. So Google Cloud APIs are a key part of Google Cloud because GCP is completely API driven, and API is nothing but application programming interfaces that you can call directly or via client libraries such as Python, Java, Go, etc. The console, CLI, which is nothing but G-Cloud, SDKs, and Terraform. In order to work with all these things, APIs are behind the screens. If the APIs are not enabled, those calls are blocked. Cloud APIs use resource-oriented design principles as described in the API design guide. You enable a GCP service API to explicitly allow your project to use that particular service so Google can control access, security, billing, quotas, and dependencies for that service. So enabling a service API does several things at the project level. The first one is it grants permission to use that service. Only after enabling the API of a particular service, your project is now allowed to send requests to that service. The next one is activates billing for that service. After enabling the API of that service, based on the usage of the service, now you can generate charges. So costs are tracked accurately per project in Google Cloud Platform. The third one is it enables quotas and limits. Each API has request quotas, rate limits, and resource limits. This protects both your project and Google's infrastructure. The fourth one is allows IAM enforcement. Once after enabling the API, IAM roles for that service becomes meaningful and permissions like storage objects create, storage object viewer are enforced. At the later part of this course, we will be diving deep in understanding what is cloud IAM roles and permissions. Coming back to this, the next point is it resolves dependencies automatically. Some services requires other APIs enabling. It can auto-enable required APIs and prevent partial or broken setups. Now, to answer this question, why APIs are disabled by default? What is the reason behind it? There are three primary reasons supporting this stand. The first one is security. It prevents accidental access and reduces attack surface and limits misuse of credentials leaked. The next one is cost control. This is mainly in order to avoid any accidental billing. The third one is governance. In order to get a clear audit trail of which services a project uses and easier compliance and cost reviews. So these are the three reasons why APIs are disabled by default. Enabling an API in GCP often feels like an extra step, but it is intentional and important. It is like unlocking a service for your project before you use it. APIs of important service looks like Compute Engine, compute.googleapis.com, Cloud Storage, storage.googleapis.com, BigQuery, BigQuery.googleapis.com, and GKE, containers.googleapis.com. So this is why enabling an API inside GCP project is very important. And in the next video, we'll be discussing what is Cloud Shell and Cloud Editor. I'll see you there. Happy learning.